This is Robert Kraft, and I'm coming to you live on SNNLive, and we're here at the LD Micro Invitational 2018 in Bel Air, California. With me right now is Jim Miller from ImageWare Systems, Inc. It's a publicly traded company. The symbol is IWSY. Jim, welcome to SNNLive.
Robert, thank you very much. Very nice to be here.
It's great to have you on. So, for our audience, let's start with an overview of the company, and we'll go from there.
Okay. Well, ImageWare is a pioneer and global leader in the field of biometric authentication. So what we do very simply is we take those unique human characteristics, we all have them, finger, face, voice, iris, DNA even. We put those into very easy to use, very easy to configure products for mobile and for on-premise. And they are, when properly used, extremely reliable authenticators of your identity. So the idea here is to take that technology and frankly replace things like PINs, passwords, and tokens with it, which are far less secure, a lot more hassle to use, and in the world we're living in, frankly just don't cut it in terms of protecting your identity or mine, for that matter.
So I'm going to come back to how the technology works, and how you're actually taking a foothold in that. But first, what's the history of the company? When did it start, and how did you develop to where you're currently at today?
Company started out actually in the late 1990s as a pioneer and really in the field of providing the first digital booking systems for law enforcement. So back in the day, people took the booking photo of anybody in the criminal justice system with a silver halide traditional or a Polaroid then photo. They took many, many copies, they stapled them to file jackets, and they moved them around by mail. We introduced a product, our original product, which basically took electronic imaging, so photo by computer, and we introduced a brand new technology called facial recognition. So now that you have those images in the computer, we don't need to take as many, we can only take one. With a click of a button, we can send it across the desk to you or around the world, and more importantly, the early biometrics that were used can go through 1 million images and find out if the person we're looking for is actually in there. That's how we started. We migrated over the years to more broader identity, so using the technology not just in the criminal justice system, but to do things like physical access into buildings, logical access into computer systems, so to make sure that in a very secure building or system, you weren't trying to get in being me stealing my password. It's no kidding really me that's trying to get in. That then led us to really where we are today. The tremendous explosion in the world, mobile usage, a tremendous use of the cloud, seemed for us to create a perfect storm to put biometrics into that context. So now we still have our government business, of course. It's our legacy business. We're proud of that. But we've moved now into the new field of really bringing biometrics into the private sector for things like retail, healthcare, financial services, help desk use, where with the easy use of biometrics, we can find out whether it's absolutely you for sure, and then proceed with a transaction that's been vetted and secure.
So I think you now know where I'm going to go with this next question. Yes. So, how?
So easy. You simply enroll your biometrics, and you would enroll them at your place of work. You might, enroll them if you were a consumer. Our products are available on the Android store and the Mac store. So if we were aligned with a company, say a retail company, they would simply say to you as a consumer, go to that marketplace, download that product, and using your phone, your simple smartphone that you have with you every day, no instruction required, take a selfie, put your finger down, say a few phrases of a security word in your microphone, and voila, you are now enrolled. Every time after that, when you come into the system, those enrollments are compared against what you present. So, therefore, if you come into the system and you've already got your face in, and you put your face down again, it will say, Robert, good to go. My face, your identity, not so good to go.
So let me ask you, why would I do that though? I mean, from going into the store to go and buy a product, why would I need to download that and give all that information?
Well, the thing is, you're not really, most of us don't go into a store anymore. We're buying online. We're buying away from anybody watching us. My identity and my credit cards have been taken numerous times now in various hacks where people go up with, have bought product, not me. So the reason you do it is to stop that. Pins and passwords have been a 50-year reason that we think we're protected, but in reality we're not. It is not only not friendly to use, I don't know about you, but I continually outsmart myself with the amazing number of passwords I have created. I cannot remember most of them. Not only that, they're not very secure, as it turns out anyway. They get hacked a lot. 82%, by the way, of all the data breaches in the United States last year, the cause of pins and passwords being compromised, big number.
So just to clarify then, so let's say I was going back to a store where I wanted to make a purchase, or I'm a returning customer. I'll put in my credit card information, and now instead of maybe even re-inputting that, all I have to do is give one or more of biometrics that I already have in the system. It'll know it's me, and then I can complete the purchase.
You don't even have to. I mean, in the proper implementation of the system, you wouldn't even have to put your credit card information down. I have that already. All I need to do is prove that it's really you. I can associate then your vetted identity with the credit card on file and your consent to use it. We're good to go.
Got it.
Doesn't get it easier.
So what's the company's business model then? Do you partner with retailers and then go from there? Or
We have a little different in the government sector, where we mostly work with big integrators. In the private sector, we have a number of go-to partners: Fujitsu, SAP, IBM, Computer Associates. There are Lockheed Martin, HP, which we partner with to take the products to market. We're a small company, so for us it just made perfect good sense to align yourself with big companies, global brand, global reach, ability to literally conquer the world, which is, really the goal with the products. They can do it a lot quicker and more efficiently than we, as a hardy group of people, are going to be able to do. So and then they in turn go after that retail, medical, healthcare, help desk sector, where oftentimes, because they're so large, they have customers in that space already. So great partners that way.
So what's the size of this target market then?
Oh, multi-billions. Biometrics, depending on the analysts you like to read, $35 to $50 billion over the next, between 2020 and 2022. So you're going to see an explosion. It's going to happen now. It's happening now. And it's going to reach a big number here pretty quickly. Yeah, as I said, the current security model is not sustainable. Yesterday we read yet again about 92 million, this time DNA records, being compromised because pins and passwords failed. Can't go on forever. Just can't.
And what's the competitive advantage you see that the company has?
Yeah, great question. Thanks for that. Because we're radically different than most biometric companies in the space. We don't make any single biometric. We don't make a facial recognition product, finger product, voice product, or iris product. We instead envisioned a day when biometrics would be literally on every street corner, that people would use it for anything that they use pins, passwords, or tokens for today. And therefore, with that vision, or armed with that vision, we set out to build a big back-end platform, a back-end system that would scale to tens or hundreds of millions, that would also be capable of using any biometric literally out there. So you pick the biometrics as our customer. We really don't care which biometric you want to use. And more importantly, once you pick them, you know that using our back-end platform, you can change them whenever you want. So as sure as you and I are sitting here having this conversation, there's going to be new technology that comes out, better, cheaper, quicker, faster. It's the way of the tech world. And when you want to decide to leave one technology and go to another one, no problem, because we treat those as plug and play. So in a lot of ways, we're agnostic with respect to the biometrics used. It really comes down to what the customer needs or wants. And the biometric engine, which is our product, which is patented, is the subject of most of our patents in our company. Is really a one-of-a-kind, literally a database built specifically to take tens and hundreds of millions of biometric records, and in real time, and no kidding, I mean real time, get a match back, because that's what you need. You need to get vetted and move on to what you're there for. Have a doctor's appointment, get your bank records, buy a product, whatever it is.
And what's your background? How did you get into all this?
Oh, a long story, but the short version is, the short version is I came to the company a long time ago, and actually it was in a different business. It was owned by different owners, and I was there to manage that business. It was sold as part of that, and the new owners asked me to stay on and take the new direction in the business into the law enforcement we discussed. And from that, we went on from there. Before that, I was a practicing securities lawyer for many years. Yeah.
And from what you can tell me, what are some of the company's growth drivers moving forward?
Biggest thing is the partners. We set about starting 4 years ago, to specifically sign major company partners around the world. It's taken those folks a little bit to get educated. It's taken the market a little bit to kind of catch up and be ready to go. But we're there now. And so I think the real major growth driver is the maturity of those business relationships we created 3-4 years ago, now finding their way to the market with their own products. And that's really exciting for us, because that was the strategy that we get to execute on now. Getting our big company partners out in the market, selling the products under their brand with their huge distribution network into a market that is, every day, yet another headline, right? Crying for better security and a replacement for the pins and passwords we all use.
And where can our audience go and find more information about ImageWare?
Well, the best place to do it is our website, IWSY.com.
My name is Robert Kraft, and I'm coming to you live on SNNLive, and we're here at the LD Micro Invitational 2018 in Bel Air, California. With me again is Jim Miller from ImageWare Systems, Inc., publicly traded company. The symbol is IWSY. Jim, thanks for joining me today.
Robert, my pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you.